Also, I have a piano in my Animal Crossing house now.
Now is the time to turn off your Animal Crossing.
Putting it away.
Yeah. Everybody got to see that on live camera. Okay, hello everybody. We're trying our faces on screen, which we haven't done before, and also my camera is here, but my screen of people is over here, so I'm going to be doing a lot of weird camera angles. Yeah, so hi. Yes, Adam, webcams. It's exciting. I know. Okay. Hello. I'm Elise. These are my lovely players, and we're going to do a recap in just a minute of what we did last session, like we usually do. And before that, I forgot to ask Galway again. So Sam, it's on you. What's happening with Helpful Goat?
Oh God. So this Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern time, we've got a streaming of Tier Beyond the Doors,
yeah.
And that's going to be awesome. And then next Wednesday, so 7 days from now, or 6 days from now, I guess, we will have another Dumb and Dragons. And then next Thursday, another one of the Spire. Woo!
Okay, thank you. And as always, huge shout outs and thanks to Helpful Goat.
Oh, isn't there also going to be a question thing?
Oh,
I
think they might still be scheduling that. So
never mind.
Don't quote me on when exactly that's happening.
I said nothing.
And as always, you can hit the commands ! Spire, ! Discord in the Twitch chat and get more information and links, as well as donating if you like what Helpful Goat does. And thanks to them for letting us stream on their channel.
Adam says Monday or Tuesday, probably, for the Goat's Eye View with Galway and Lena.
Is that what we're calling it? Goat's Eye View?
Yep, Goat's Eye View, formerly known as Behind the Goat, but
I like Goat's Eye View better.
I mean, it's technically the same thing if you think about it. Sorry. I was making a butthole joke. It's fine.
We can always count on you for butt jokes.
It's fair. It's fair.
Okay, I'm watching you. Sister friend.
We can see now, Ava.
Interesting. Interesting. It's almost like maybe you've been doing this every game.
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I definitely wasn't before.
We split the group up. There are times when I
know. No, that's fair.
You're admitting to.
Okay, let's recap what we did last session. You guys, take it away.
So Celebi is gay.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my notes
are your notes.
We also just met Celebi.
It's just Celebi being gay.
Yeah, we met Celebi and her partner, Zet, and they are harboring lots of illegal substances, and we are doing our best to help them get the drugs out of their house because there's a big inspection happening. And I am using the neighborhood children for such nefarious but not really purposes. And
a good resource.
Yeah, yes, I have conscripted them to disseminate drugs. Yeah.
We live in a gray world. It's fine.
Yeah. They've
morally
seen worse.
Gray. We did warn you before this campaign
started. And so right now, as far as that plot thread is going, the children, I don't know if they've already been dispersed with the knowledge or if they've just gathered, but I don't know exactly where.
Well, we stopped right after the fight / get away with the guard. So at that point, I think Mama Luke's had sent out the call essentially, but had not gathered. No one
she hadn't gathered them yet.
Yeah, it was the process has begun, but we haven't actually done that. So also now you can see I do this all the time. I'm just always doing the gestures, pens that I'm just playing with, and now
you and Lauren,
yeah,
very
what we do. All right. Anyway, carry on.
Honorary Italian.
Yeah, so that was kind of the end of Ulrich's story for last week. So if someone wants to jump in and describe what was going on elsewhere.
So
Have
this
you heard? Oh, sorry, Ava.
No, you do it. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
We heard a commotion the next morning, yeah, and we went down and there was two people from Harmonious Properties and then a guard, which equals 3. So we were both technically right. And they were harassing just some people, right? It wasn't anybody in particular.
There was a naked person in an apartment and they were like, let me in. And she was like, no.
I like at least just shaking her head.
There was not a naked
like,
person. There
you
was just
dumbasses.
If you
now we can
back,
see when Elise is disappointed in us.
If you listen back, you hear somebody yell, don't come in, I'm naked.
Was it you?
Yes.
Did you yell it?
I mean, not in me. It was the people who live in that apartment.
Anyway, I with help convinced the Harmonious Properties people to leave by convincing or intimidating them. I can't remember.
It was all intimidation.
That's right, because I'm a scary old man. And then
the guards,
they left. We intimidated them into leaving because we're gonna go meet with what's their fuck wrote it down. Yeah. And later today, and then decided Barnabas got really angry with the guard being a traitor and decided to try and fuck him up and did a real bad job. Just real bad. Pretty sure I rolled total fails on every single roll after that.
I think you had 2d10 and you rolled crit ones on both.
I did.
It
was great.
8 damage because I was benevolent and took the -1 from the dice roll.
No, I went up to 9 stress. I'm down to 1 now.
Okay.
Then we chased.
We have to decide if we're going to, because Midnight technically prevented you from taking Fallout, right?
Yeah, only 1 because you
Ava,
said
will you read the ability again?
Yes. It says, word for word, you sacrifice your life inch by inch to safeguard the future of the Drow. What a hero.
What a hero.
Once per session, when an ally takes Fallout, you appear nearby, so long as it would be even slightly feasibly possible for you to do so. That's emphasis on the slightly feasible.
That's not the part that matters right now.
I know. I'm just planning for the future. They ignore the effects of the fallout, and you take D6 stress.
Okay, so I think that does still ignoring the effects means you still took the fallout. No, you still take it. You just ignore the effects. So that's actually good for Rachel, because otherwise, if it said like you don't take fallout, it wouldn't reduce your stress, but it does reduce your stress. So,
but I personally, so I would have taken 2 fallouts. So we decided to chase him, and I don't know if was it Kelvy that chased him down to talk to him before.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about what you talked to him about before I go on, or?
Sure, yeah. So I got my good friend that I just met, Rowan, out of the building because he was, not feeling great. Everybody was not feeling great. So I formed a bond with him. And where does he work? I definitely wrote it down.
It's a weird way to say about to die.
It's all relative. He is from the Burlorn Standard in the Spire, so we now have an inn there. Should anything
should
come
Ray
up,
not
if he doesn't
promptly
die, I don't know. And he went on his merry way, and Kelby's just job well done. He saved a life that's about to end. Maybe who knows? Who knows?
As Galway has been known to say, "Sweet pea gotta eat pea."
I just figured out the cumin thing.
So much.
It says Rayan cook with cumin. That's
Oh.
a seasoning for him. Oh my gosh.
So now's a good time to point
Nice.
out the content warnings include cannibalism.
Oh, yes. That's me right here.
Heads
One
up.
other big
Okay.
important thing that we discovered, although has yet to officially be communicated to the rest of the group, is that when I was with was I with Kelvy at the time? When I was visiting Mama and
Mama, yep, I was there.
yeah. Sorry, brain fuzzy moment.
You're good.
Yeah, we basically soft interrogated Amandu and learned that his lord, Lord Faisal, is basically doing this whole property purchasing situation solely for the reputation points. He thinks it'll make him look really good for helping out one of his previous slaves, and that Amandu thinks that if we can come up with something better, that something that would feasibly improve his reputation points more, or that might just appear as a better option, that we might be able to convince him away from destroying and rebuilding the property.
Yeah. 2 other key things from Amandu too from the last game. One, that you saw him packing away masks that he had taken from his durance. And the other, cutting back to Barnabas.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, so Minrai and I ran after the guy to try and hunt him down. And my 2 fallouts would have been that I would have broken my arm, but that's the one that Minrai took for me. But then the one that I did take is that Amandu is now suspicious of me.
Yes.
So, yeah, so we left it with Barnabas possibly being hurt, but not doing okay. And he and Sweet Pea are
yes, thanks to
and
Minrai's
Minrai.
heroic intervention.
I know. Inch by inch,
Inch
I'm
by
taking that
inch.
life.
Giving her life for yours.
Hey, in my defense, I have 4 blood stress now.
Yeah, so what I would like to know everyone's stress, but first, Hennis, Andrew, what you're saying?
We also noticed before the people from the construction group left that Celavi's apartment was actually supposed to be searched through, but that seems suspicious. So we need to keep on that, as Ulrich was saying.
Yes. And also the other piece of kind of narrative, it wasn't anyone's like stress fallout, but just kind of narrative consequence of intimidating the Harmonious properties, is they said they'd be back tomorrow with more guards. So just kind of keeping in mind that tomorrow morning there will be a heavy guard presence in theory. At least that's what
Sweet
they said.
Pea's hungry.
And we left we left off last time like approaching noon, or was it already noonish?
Yeah, noon. Yeah, about.
Okay.
Yes. So can I get everybody's stress level and then
total?
Yeah, your total stress right now.
Yeah, because that's not counting our resistance that we've already taken off, right?
Yes, any resistance doesn't count towards your total. So anything you've marked towards resistance, just ignore and tell me your total.
Screenshot that Ava sent and actually fixed my shit so it looks correct. So I'm
at
at
1.
As a
player or as a character? Because as a player, I'm.
We all are. We're all existing in stress level 8 right now. Any fallout is going to be, your god comes to you in a dream, and it's a whole thing. But okay, so stress level as a player is total stress.
1.
Oh, me? Oh,
yeah, Ava.
Like total everything.
Total everything.
5.
5. Okay.
Do you roll against the total, or do you roll against
the total and then assign the most
That's
appropriate stress? Ulrich?
Not great.
0. However, my relationship with Amandu did take a temporary stress.
I'm just gonna be right
Okay. And Kelvy, any stress?
No stress for me.
Okay. Barnabas has 1. Hennis?
1.
Okay, and the last thing is we do have to do for Kelvy a D10.
Oh, it's so windy here.
Well, also, I've written down that Kelvy wrote an article titled "Let's Not Get This Spread."
Okay, I'm pretty sure that means that there are
Yes.
consequences, Kelvy.
I'm pretty sure you're right. Yes.
Okay, so do you want to tell people what's happening, or do you want to do this privately?
I'm gonna say privately for now.
Okay, so players, I need you guys to take off your headphones, mute your
What?
audio.
All right, I'll
Kelvy
think
for a
about
second.
it.
Okay. Everybody can't hear. Okay. Yeah, I see that.
Great.
Okay, if you're listening, you're in trouble. Don't listen. Nobody listen. Okay, Kelvy, do we know? I need to get to this page in the thing. I think that it's random, right? It's a random.
It is random, yeah.
Okay.
I think you roll.
I think so too. Do you want to do the honors of the roll?
Sure, I'll go ahead and roll a while. I don't have the page up right now.
God, I had it just a second ago. I was looking at it. So, for those following along at home, where is it? Kelvy is infected by this thing called the Viscant. And at the beginning of every game, we have to roll for whether or not he takes some sort of consequence from his infection. That is what this is. If I could ever find page in the book. Here we go. You said 5?
5, yeah.
Okay. It's called synesthesia. You can hear light, feel sound, taste with your feet, and any other number of strange combinations of senses and inputs. You can mark 1 stress to mind to avoid being blinded or deafened, or rendered unable to touch, taste, or smell if such a thing comes up, by rerouting the sensation through other channels.
Huh.
So you can opt into taking 1 stress in mind in order to avoid being otherwise your senses being hindered.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
What page is that? Just so I can.
Shit! I just closed the book.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Let me find it.
I can find it on my own.
Okay.
If we want to get back to it.
Oh, here. The extra advances start on page 69, and it's the last
69,
one.
thank you.
So it's on page 76. Okay.
Awesome.
Everyone can come back. Do I need to send something in? Okay.
Hi.
Hello, welcome back. Thank you for your patience.
We're welcomed back.
You're welcome back now.
Oh, hold on. I could. Okay.
Can you hear now?
Hi.
Everybody
Yeah.
in? All right. Thank you for your patience there. Okay. All right. Then let's see here. Where was everybody at the end of last session? We had Barnabas and
We were running down a
Minrai
traitor.
were tracking down Rowan. Ulrich and Elvie and Hennis were all in the main entrance of the apartment building.
Yeah.
And Amandu saw Barnabas tracking. All right. Excuse me. Tracking Rowan out.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. What about Kelvy? Or what were you gonna say?
I was just agreeing. Sorry, my bad. Keep going.
You're good. Okay, so let's pick up with the 3 inside. So Kelvy, Ulrich, and Hennis. I guess I can play some music for us. God.
Yes, music. The cries of despair that qualify as music.
Yes. Send us the cries of the children.
Someone else composed it. It's not me. It's called Spire, Derelictus, and it's just oh.
It's just people being sad.
It's a symphony of tears. It's
a symphony of tears. Nice.
I like that.
All right. Yeah. So let's pick up with the 3 of you in the building. You probably will say this is pretty much right after the guard. Kelvy, you've come back in from escorting Rowan out, and the 3 of you are kind of gathered down there there were a few other people around, weren't there? Gunzi, the dentist, was there, and the family of Drow who were trying to keep the guard from entering their building, or their apartment, are all kind of in the foyer as well.
When Kelvy comes in, I'm going to follow up on something I said last session. And kind of as he's coming, I'm just gonna go, that was not your family, was it?
No.
That was noble, nonetheless.
That's not a word I normally get described as, but I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, so there's a lot of people around us right now.
There's the Genzi the dentist who's kind of talking to that Drow family, the ones who were trying to keep Harmonious Properties from getting into their apartment. It's like the three of them, like two of the Drow family, and then Genzi all kind of gathered by that door, and Genzi's just kind of talking with them, not paying a special attention to you or anything, but
Okay.
there, yeah.
Hey guys, I got a bit of information earlier, as Kelvy can attest. I think we might want to discuss this in perhaps more private quarters. Can we like head upstairs or something?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Kelvy, you already basically know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No,
and
So we head upstairs?
Before you head upstairs, as you're like getting onto the bottom of the staircase, Amandu comes back in, and
I see.
I like that expression. Sorry, it's so different being able to see your faces, and I kind of love it. And he's like, Rick, can we talk? What is Barnabas just like chased Kelvy saved that guy's life, and Barnabas is just gonna go kill him? You can't just kill city guard. They know that he's here. This is where my family lives. He's upset, yeah. And at the loud announcement of like you can't just kill city guards, like that draws the attention of Benzie and the others. Now kind of glancing over like, what? Kill a city guard?
Okay, all right. Of course you can. That's a funny, wise one right there. Oh, Montu, I always knew you were a little prankster.
This isn't a prank, Barnabas. Okay, well, let's go upstairs then. And he just marches up the stairs.
Oh boy. Okay.
Ulrich has beads of sweat kind of just trickling down the back of his neck after that one.
On the second floor landing, as Amandu stomps up the stairs, Celavi and Zet are peeking out their doors, like looking at you like...
Yeah. So at this point, we've clarified that the children have probably gathered at the place, but they have not left.
The word has gone out. That's what you know so far.
Then
you ran downstairs to see what was going on with the guard.
Perfect. Yep. Okay. So Kelvy already knows everything that's happening. So, all right. Hey, Kelvy, can you?
Hennis is with you too, by the way. Just reminder.
Yes, I was going to say Hennis should probably come with me, okay. But Kelvy, can you talk to Celavi and Zet because I don't want to leave Amandu hanging. He seems really distressed.
Yeah. I'll give him a quick update. You go take care of that. That looks important.
Much appreciated.
Kelvy.
Yeah.
Don't make them too worried, but the apartment was on that list that they were waving around today, and do make sure that they understand this is important.
Got it. I will do my best to not make that as stressful as it sounds.
Good.
All right, so Hennis and Ulrich up the stairs with Amandu. Kelvy to Celavi and Zet. Let's cut to Barnabas and Minrai.
Let's.
You guys are chasing Rayan.
Is everybody gonna hate me? Fuck.
I mean,
no, let's kill the shit out of it. Yo, I'm here with you. We cut off a hand, whatever. But, he knows our faces. That's the.
He does, but we're gonna fuck him up.
But okay,
we'll see. So I have a plan.
At least
I have a plan.
Wait, out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Did we did we not hear him say that he would go back to his guard buddies at some point and tell them all about this, and that they would show up as a group?
I don't think
He
so.
totally did.
No, they said that the Harmonious Properties people, the people from the company, said that they would return
I heard
tomorrow.
him say he kicks puppies. We gotta kill this person.
Okay, so what are you
Wants
doing?
to fuck shit up. So I had a plan. So we were trying to hunt him down, basically.
Yes.
That was like my goal, is I want to be able to follow him.
I put my note here. Okay, you can roll pursue.
I think that's what we did where
I
I
thought you
got the
used an
fallout.
ability.
It is. I think we did it, and I think that's where the fallout came from.
So it was a failure then, right?
No, it was a qualified
It was a
success.
qualified success.
And you
Okay.
stopped with us.
Yes. Okay, then you do
So
successfully.
it was because I have fetch, so that's what my hyena is helping me.
Right.
Yeah.
So then you took the fallout, but you are successfully pursuing him.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're following him through the streets. I mean, it's kind of up to you. Like, you know that he is headed ultimately back
Yeah, no,
to...
I want to catch up to him in like in a dark
Send
alley.
Sweet Pea ahead
Okay.
to like cut him off into like a dark alley, and
Yeah,
then
we
show
got
up on
a
the
thing,
other
you
side.
know. Do I have to? Man, I have to do an old man voice while I'm on video. It's weird
Oh,
having
I'll
to look at
I'll do,
myself
like, a
while I'm like a
diagram.
rough old man. It's fine.
I'm gonna do a diagram of our secret plan.
Okay. So you're like waiting for him to kind of get to like an alley or something like that.
Yes,
Before.
I want to
Okay.
I want to corner him basically.
No, we gotta move him into the alley. Look, Sweet Pea will cut him off, and then we will go into the alley, which Sweet Pea. It's really messy. Sweet
Wow.
Pea cuts him off, and he can't go that way, so he comes into the alley, and then we're waiting for him, and we jump him,
Sure.
and
Okay.
we beat him up. We
All
take
right.
his lunch money.
Yeah.
Is that what you're
Wait,
gonna
where are
do?
the bullies here? Hold on.
Wait, yeah.
Is that what you're doing?
No. We're cutting off a hand or something?
Well, wait, no, but I mean, like, are you sending Sweet Pea ahead?
Oh, I mean, I don't control Sweet Pea.
I mean,
that's
I
not
feel
me.
like we have like a hunting way where she's so like part of the thing that I did is she helps me. It's part of my ability is that
Uh-huh.
Sweet Pea helps me with something called fetch.
Okay.
So I think that maybe just it would make sense that she would at least like maybe go ahead and kind of try and
Yeah, sure.
move him to,
Yeah.
you know, go into
Um,
a dark alley.
If we want to do I'm assuming you want to do this without being seen. I think that
I
we
mean,
also
yeah.
should roll
Sure.
sneak on this because this is. I mean, you are
Yeah,
just like
I have sneak.
yeah. So roll.
I
You both have to roll.
don't have sneak either.
I have.
But I
it.
have low society.
Yes. So you roll sneak. Your base
Uh-huh.
D10 sneak, if you have it. Roll
Uh-huh.
society if you have it, and any relevant masteries or knacks or anything like that.
I'm guessing fetch wouldn't help here.
Can
Does it
I?
say that Sweet Pea can give you like?
No, it's just that I can hunt down a target with mastery. That's all.
I think this counts. Yeah.
Okay, so
roll
I'd get 4.
Yeah.
Can I make a case for the fact that my weapons are concealable and that I have a big robe on, so I can I'm I'm not like I don't have like a hyena and like a gun out.
Roll 2.
Okay. So I guess 2d12 or
2
d10?
D10 and Rachel 4 D10.
What could go wrong?
Let's find out.
10 motherfuckers.
10! I got a 10 too! We got
Hey!
10s.
Double
We're so
10s.
stealth.
Okay.
And he takes we sneak up on him, he takes double stress.
Well, he
Sweet
takes, you
Gonna
can
eat-
you inflict stress on him by sneaking up on him. So this is since you both inflict stress, he takes 2 stress to mind. And I will, because this was like he thought he was safe. Kelvy got him out. Kelvy talked him down. He was like, I've got a new friend. And now suddenly, like out of the blue, just boom,
Okay,
ambushed.
but Barnabas wouldn't have known that.
Can we
No,
get like
yeah,
a
I
name
know, but like,
Okay.
for our
This
group?
is-
Like
That
our
was
duo?
Hitler.
Can we be like the murder hobos or something? Like, what are we?
Okay,
Sweet
so
Pea and the murder hobos.
that was for
Pea and
his
the oh my
fallout. He does not take
gosh.
fallout.
Great band name.
So let's go ahead.
I'm
and-
not
yeah.
ready to do
Um,
Minrai's voice.
Well,
I'm
you're about to
not.
have to. You have now cornered Rayan successfully and sneakily in an alley. He is back against the wall looking very freaked out.
Okay.
Hello,
so I feel
guard
like-
friend. It's been quite a while.
Is that
You made it pretty far, little canary.
I was just trying to go home. Please don't. He's like looking at Sweet Pea like, oh God.
Yeah, Sweet Pea is like salivating. I don't fucking know if hyenas salivate. They
I'm
probably
sure
do.
they do. Yeah.
I was gonna say they're dogs, but they're defo not. But I feel like there's been this weird transformation of Barnabas as like he's gotten like more hyped up, but like in the process of running towards him and chasing after him, and then also seeing the fear in his eyes and seeing the fact that he is also a drow, you know, calms him down a little bit, and he still feels angry and frustrated in this wanting to protect the people of Derelictus and specifically the people in his building, but also not wanting to just like kill a dude for no reason. So basically, he's gonna try and intimidate him, but also do physical harm to him.
Okay.
So like I want it to be something along the lines of I'm trying not to metagame with like whatever they fucking did, you know. I feel like it would be something along the lines of God, I have to do the voice. Of Barnabas just basically telling him not to come around anymore, and telling that like having him pass on the message to the other guards, like leave us the fuck alone, kind of a thing, you know, like don't come around our building, kind of a thing.
I go where they point me. They said,
yeah,
go help these people. I went and helped those people.
I'm gonna try and cut off his hand. Okay. His left hand. Like with my meat cleaver or whatever the fuck it is that I have.
I guess this will be like a special type of meat.
It's a meat roll. Let's go.
A special type of fight roll, right? Because you're not really fighting in a traditional sense, but like if you successfully kind of roll on fight and do enough kind of damage via stress, I think it'll work. So
okay, I think we're cutting off his hand.
But yeah, and I would say Minrai's helping you for
Barnabas
sure.
is crazy.
I'm holding him gently. Gently.
So
I'm
you
a
have
mom.
your base D10. Are you skilled in fight?
Me? I am.
No, I'm talking to Rachel.
Well,
what? Am I skilled in fight? Fuck no.
Okay. So you
I'm
have
helping
your base D10. Yeah, okay. You have the help from Minrai. You have
low society.
This
seems like a pretty low society thing, cutting hands off.
I have a cool hyena.
You have a cool hyena.
I have
grab and pull, Sweet Pea, all slice.
I do have rip and tear, but that has to do with damage or stress. So I can.
I have a question. I have fix. Can I make it so that he doesn't die from this wound?
Right. That is like I don't want to kill him.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking that into account. I'm not going to have you like kill him by trying to cut off his hand because you crit or something. That would suck.
Because Lena's definitely sure that I'm going to kill him, and I'm not.
Okay, so roll 3d10.
Okay. Sorry. Windows. Fuck. So I'm going to take a stress, but that's a success, right?
What did you roll?
Yeah.
Sorry.
A 6. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Yes. So it's a success at a cost.
Okay.
Yes. So you do take stress. So this, we'll say a D3. I'll roll it.
Okay.
Roll 1. So we'll just say this is 1. I think it makes sense to make this a blood. You've been dealing with this injury that Minrai like kind of deflected for you, but you're still like putting a lot of stress on a very injured body essentially. So we'll say 1 stress to blood, and then you successfully cut off his hand, and
it's gonna be like his non-dominant hand. Like Barnabas has been watching him. He's a hunter. He could fucking tell.
Yeah.
And so basically, you know, he would cut off his hand, and he's also been with Minrai a lot and for a very long time, and I feel like he also knows that she would just like know what to do, and he's gonna just toss the hand over to Sweet Pea, and Sweet Pea is gonna just
like a dog treat, just like
he's just gonna toss it and be like, there you go.
Now the people can be thrilled that Sweet Pea has been fed.
Yay! Sweet Pea ate.
Yeah, first meal. I'll say I'll like after his hands cut off, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not gonna scream on camera, but he's like, you know.
Yeah. Yes, a home is a precious thing. Let us make sure you get there in, well, one piece mostly. That way, you can tell people of what happened here and remind them that you love your home.
Maybe don't harass your fellow Drow anymore.
It's a bad thing to have to kill Drow, and we can always find you again.
We're
And
all
I'll-
in this
I'll
together.
start bandaging his arm up with,
Okay.
I guess, like some bandages. I'm a midwife, right? Worst case scenario, I like tear his sleeve off. Don't need this anymore, and just start bandaging him.
While Minrai is doing this, I am definitely like licking my war cleaver. Like I am full on like
yes,
like just licking the blood off of it.
Okay, this poor guy's already taken like 2. Like,
I'm sorry.
mind stress. Like we're just gonna tack another one on there.
I'm a Carrion
as soon as-
priest. Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you're playing Barnabas well. So after Minrai kind of finishes with his hand, if you guys let him go, he's just. I mean, he's basically like shit himself. He's as scared as someone can be, and he is.
I'll give him a hug.
No,
There. It will be
Oh.
okay. It will be
like
okay.
that.
This will just be a bad memory. Go home to your fellow Drow.
He bolts. He's gone.
Okay. I
Rachel,
feel bad.
I think
I
that
don't like
does-
playing mean characters.
You chose this. You did not have to hunt him down.
Didn't.
She did. She did.
Rachel,
and
that
then
does
I
count
would.
as completing a hunt.
Yes.
I think kind of minimally.
So I get a refresh.
You get a refresh of 1d3.
So what does that mean?
You
Okay.
can roll. So the more that you kind of true to spirit complete the requirement of a refresh, the more you get to reduce your stress.
So that wasn't true
cutting
enough.
off a hand is not quite the same as like, you know, a hunt
Fair.
of like a full
But like I
pursuit kill.
also don't feel like Barnabas is like a weird dude where he gets really angry but he also cares about the people here, and so like it's a strange mixture of conscious
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1d3
conscience
reduce-
is the actual
You only have
What do
one
you-
stress. You're guaranteed to get down.
I already forgot how to roll a d3.
In the chat bar of Roll20, just /r space d3.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Would you say that he was helpless after we cut his hand
No,
off?
you did this to him.
You
don't
only
get
a
that.
one.
You said he was
You don't-
helpless.
You don't get that.
But I gave him a hug and I patched up his arm.
Cute. Okay,
I
so let's cut to
Defended the
Kelvy.
defenseless.
I'm
He's
gonna
just
literally
fucking
have to lend him
over
a
us.
hand later in.
Yeah.
But see, Kelly, we didn't totally fuck up your business.
All right.
Yeah, we left him
I'm
alive.
just glad my bond didn't take any stress. That's man.
Yeah. Well,
I only
So-
reduced one stress, so
But
I'm
you were
back to
at-
where I was.
yeah.
I was at 2. I had
Oh, okay.
anyway.
All right, Kelvy, we're heading
Yes.
to you.
Cool. So I'm gonna head on over to Celavi and Zet's door. They're already out, or are they?
Yeah, they were kind of like
Okay.
they heard the commotion downstairs. They heard Amandu yelling about dead city guards. Yeah, so they look pretty freaked out. What is happening? What did Amandu say that your friend killed a guard?
Nah, that was like extrapolation. It was no, nobody's dead. I hope not. Let's focus on the good stuff. You got another I'm gonna say 24 hours maybe to get out of here, or hopefully we can get everything moved out and then you don't gotta go anywhere. Bad news is that, and don't stress too much about this, but you are on the list.
On what list?
Of the list of the apartments getting checked. So we're in the right, getting what out of the door. Yeah, things are moving as planned.
Things are moving because from where I'm standing, things are not moving, and that's concerning.
Well, things are gonna stay put for a little bit, and then they're gonna move. I'm gonna say probably later today, perhaps in the evening, twilight hours, even though there is no sunset in this place we call home. I'm gonna leave you with that. Smiles, nothing but smiles, and we're gonna get this taken care of. And I'm gonna awkwardly walk away.
Okay. They awkwardly let you go.
Nice.
Hennis and Ulrich, you guys are You can either, I mean, Amandu would probably follow to your apartment, which is closer, if you wanted to go there.
I think like before like we even get to our apartment, like as we like walk through like onto the hallway that our apartment's on, like first of all, me human Sam, I'm freaking out that Amandu would do this, but I think Ulrich is like more angry that Amandu would do something so rash as to just accuse us. So he kind of like grabs Amandu by the shoulders and doesn't necessarily pin him against a wall, but like they're kind of he's kind of cornered. Amandu, I know things are stressful, but you can't just go around accusing people in public of killing other people. Like,
I didn't accuse anyone of killing people. I told you what I saw, and what I saw was your friend chasing an injured city guard through the streets with the intent of harming him.
That might be the case. Maybe you did see someone of my apartment do that. But how can you come to the conclusion that they're going to kill them? It seems much more likely to me.
What do you want me to conclude? That's what they do. They kill people. This is a little bit not true. You would know. It's not necessarily like carrion priests kill people, but this would be perhaps some of Amandu's prejudice.
Aren't I known throughout the fucking whole city for
Amandu
being like a helpful person?
Like 2 months ago.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Could you pronounce the name of the priesthood one more time?
The carrion priest, like
carrion priest.
Yeah,
okay. Amandu, I know you are a smart drow. Barnabas is a carrion priest. Like, do you know the kinds of people you would get in trouble with if more than just the core people out in that out in the foyer heard? If you had accused just a carrion priest. Calms down. I hate to break it to you, Amandu, but the streets were out there. They're not the fighting pits. Like I know that's probably where your brain went, but that's just not true.
Look, I like you, Rick, and I don't. If what your friends do bring the hell that the guards could bring onto this building down, I'm not sticking my neck out for you or anybody. I'm getting Mama and I'm getting the hell out. And I saw what happened. I know what happened.
Did he see the fight happen?
No.
Or okay.
He basically saw the event that would have broken Barnabas's arm, that kind of like madness of the pursuit of that Barnabas was kind of in, that drove him to like that kind of extreme like careening into the building and like Minrai kind of pulling him back and stuff. That looked like a person set on hunting down and killing somebody, and then turned around and came straight back into confront you.
Amandu, I don't know how many times I have to tell you, but like, first of all, it seems incredibly more likely to me. And please, there has to be some part of you that also understands this. It seems so much more likely that Barnabas did very well have a reason to be following whatever guard you might have seen or, him follow. But murder, secondly, as I said before, I am doing everything I can, and just as Hennis is right here, we're doing everything that we can to make sure that you and Mom don't have to go anywhere. Like I know that that's what's best for you, and we're going to make it happen. We just need a little more time.
And he kind of reminded of Hennis's presence. I think
Well, I've been like trying to help box him in this whole time. I don't know what has been going on between Ulrich and Amandu, so I haven't really said anything, but I've physically been trying to box him in too.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, this is my friend Hennis.
I know Hennis. And he does. He knows Hennis actually like a little bit from previous life things. And he, as you guys kind of close in on him a little bit, he just puts, he's a strong young fighter. He is the physical closing in on him. He just straightens his back up and sets his shoulder, and he puts a finger out onto, probably Rick is directly in front of him, onto like the center of your chest, and just kind of pushes you back from him. I don't know if you go or not, but he's just kind of like very pointedly like staring you down as he kind of like just pushes you back. You can, I mean, it's he's clearly telling you to get the fuck out of his way.
I don't like Amandu.
The challenge, cut off his hand.
I was really trying to like Amandu, but I really like Mom, and therefore I really have to, or Mama, I really have to like Amandu.
I mean, you did choose to box him into a corner. That's, I mean,
it wasn't so much like that I was trying to corner him as much as I was trying to get us out of the way of lines of sight. But if he interpreted that as an intimidation tactic, I understand that. And because of that, Ulrich kind of immediately like withdraws and just like, okay, I'm sorry for being brash. I know things are remarkably stressful. And you know, if helping your mom, if helping Mama pack up your things is what you feel like you need to do right now, by all means, go for it. But I will do everything in my, you know, that is possible to make sure that you can more quickly remove everything from those boxes than just you know, trying to move them.
He kind of rubs at his face a little and is just like, look, I know you did a lot for my mom, and I can't ever repay that. So I guess I'm gonna trust you on this one, and I'm gonna go pack our boxes, because in 5 days the guards are coming to kick us out, and if we're not ready to go, they'll just burn our stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go pack our stuff, and if you could please tell my mother to stop unpacking it so that we are ready to leave, that would be great. And he's gonna go. He's not interested in more. I mean, you can talk to him still, but he is on his way out.
I'm gonna call after him too. You can go first, Ulrich.
No, I just wanted to ask. I don't yet know about the list of apartment complexes that are being searched, right?
Hennis told Kelvy specifically about Celavi and Zet. Yeah.
Not me. Okay, cool. Then I just kind of look downtrodden and defeated as I kind of watch Amandu head back up towards his apartment.
I'm gonna actually call after him. So this is what you do? They spend 4 years pitting us against each other, trying to break all of the community bonds that we have. And when that is done and it is finally tested, you just let them break? You leave? Okay.
That is quite a move. What are
I
you?
like it.
What are you trying to get from this?
Because
it'll change what you roll, essentially.
I guess I'm trying to help Amandu's bond to our group, because it seems like he's very dedicated on just packing up everything and leaving. And if that means letting us do what we want, he's just gonna let us and not care about it. But I'm trying to kind of get him to see, maybe we do only have 5 days, but if we need your help in those 5 days, maybe you should help us instead of just giving up and packing boxes.
Okay.
Maybe he can lend us a hand.
Yeah.
Roll
can make a difference.
roll compel.
Not have that.
Okay, so you'll roll your base d10, your low society, and I am tempted to give you a third d10 on this because of your shared endurance.
If you want to give it, I'll take it.
I really think that the fact that like you are a known figure in the fighting circles that he would have been involved in, that makes a difference for you particularly saying this to him. So yeah, throw in a third d10 on that and roll 3d10.
Eight? What is that?
8 is a full success, no stress.
Hey.
He kind of scoffs and looks at the floor and looks back up, kind of tracks his eyes between Rick and Hennis and says, "Look, don't kill any fucking city guards and I'll help you if I can." And heads up the stairs.
Done.
Okay, let's see. That would put Kelvy would be coming up the stairs by this point. Ulrich and Hennis all at the apartment. Minrai and Barnabas are after the guard pieces out. What are y'all up to?
I could go for a snack. You want to get like a taco or something? No, we should probably head home, huh?
Yeah, he's gonna finish licking the blade clean for sure. Just, making sure it's fully clean, and then I keep doing this. Sorry, I don't need to make that motion in front of my face.
It adds to the realism. I'm here.
So
Thank you.
y'all are heading back to the apartment.
So that was quite eventful.
Thanks for backing me up, Minrai.
Well, I'm glad we didn't kill him. Honestly, I think that went much better. It could have gotten really dark. I mean, we were pretty stealthy. Nobody would have seen us. We were alone in an alley.
We're good people.
Yeah, we are.
In the end.
We
just care about our home.
He had a lot of blood. He
I
was
know.
a plump one.
It was good.
The clutch will be hungry tonight.
Minrai, I got you. You know that.
Yes, of course. Yes, thank you. Well,
For
then
the
we
clutch.
better get back. They said they were coming back tomorrow to inspect. We can't let them in the basement.
Well,
I know
remember,
Marguerite will definitely not allow it.
I'm going to go meet that tool up Spire today. So.
Oh, yes. Well, if you can delay the inspection and also perhaps stop
I'm
the whole
very
thing, that would be great.
charismatic.
Yes. Well, are you taking someone with you? That might be for the best.
Am I taking someone with me? I forget.
I think someone should
Was
go
I
with
taking-
you.
I think the original plan forever ago was for maybe Kelvy
I think we take
and
Kelvy.
Rick to go with you.
Well, Kelvy's like a
I think
writer.
we were all
And
going up
Hennis-
together, but I feel like Rick
Yeah.
had a separate plan.
Yeah,
Hennis
I
is-
was going to see Mr. Ingleory.
Right. And
Well,
Hennis
Who's
is also
that?
going
And can I
up
Hennis
go
is
Spire.
going
with
up
you?
Spire too, right? Yeah. Okay.
Because
No,
I don't think I'm
you were
welcome
staying
with that.
down here.
Yeah,
because
because I'm
All of
definitely
you
not.
except Minrai were going up Spire, essentially.
All of them except for me. Cool. I'll help unpack or repack or whatever. Move drugs with the
I
kids.
mean, you could see
Just a nice family activity. Let's go, kids.
Yeah.
you
I'll
could
be
see
the
if-
babysitter.
And the biggest thing was that you didn't want to go with Barnabas specifically because you did pull a scimitar on Meza Day.
And Barnabas was the calm and collected one,
How
like
nice.
always.
Okay, so are you going back to the apartment? Is that where you're headed?
Yes.
I think
If you
that's
say you
where
all
We're gonna get
convene-
tacos first, and then we'll go back to the
tacos.
apartment.
What's the thing? Did we get shawarma?
Yeah, we're getting some shawarma.
I'll
down with
bring
that,
back
yeah.
some shawarma. I'll take
Okay.
like a silver stress if we need to, but
You don't
we're
need
getting
to take
shawarma.
a
Okay.
stress on silver to get shawarma.
It's that good shit.
Taking stress on silver is like bribing a guard or like buying like huge amounts of stuff. Like that's
Buy the
not.
Yeah,
shawarma.
shawarma.
Okay.
Shawarma,
Shawarma.
a lot of shawarma.
This is why you shouldn't like go
I
to
mean,
Ava in my story,
if
because
you-
we're just gonna do this.
If you want to take stress to silver to bring so much shawarma back to the apartment.
Everybody, let us have a shawarma feast tonight. It's not made of guard.
It's probably made of like
Yeah.
blood mushroom meat though.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't worry
It's
about it.
definitely not that dude.
All right. So are we going to the apartment, please? Can you
I
tell
think
me
we are
yes?
going to the
Okay.
apartment.
Yes.
By the way, as everyone's arriving at the
Yes.
apartment, I am activating
Ooh, I made you guys a new apartment. Look.
Oh, did you use the thing?
Oh, it looks so
Ooh.
good.
I'm
Oh,
on the
yeah.
desk.
cute.
Oh.
You
No, I
did it.
can't be in the
But let's be
desk.
honest, I was right there.
You were right where?
I got a desk. Oh
Okay.
boy.
But I can't. You can't be. Well, you can be in your desk. I can't be in mine.
Okay.
Let's swap rooms.
Yeah, so I am going to go ahead and use my right of respite.
Okay.
Which is I can just click on this and have it appear in the No, okay, I'll just read it.
Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, you create a place of stillness and healing. Once per session, lead your allies in a recuperation session while you hold vigil. Describe how you create a comfortable healing environment to help them. All allies present may restore 3 stress from mind or blood.
Okay.
And so
let's hear
to
about
do-
that ritual.
yeah, okay, so I've spent some time away from the, church, but I've still got all of my keepsakes and religious ornaments, and so I basically take out something that's like the Lamia equivalent of a menorah, and I like say a soft prayer before it, and then
Rook Atad Anoi Eloheinu Melech Halam. No, not the
yeah, that
Hanukkah
one,
prayer?
exactly
Sorry,
that
yeah.
one.
This is like dark elves,
Shalom.
so it's like all dark, right? So it's like fingers coming up or something weird, and like
Yeah. It shouldn't be creepy because this is all about just casting light, and so the whatever candles might have been on it are now lit.
it's just
they're-
eyes.
They're lavender scented, and
Good detail.
the little ornaments that I have like all across my body between the like earrings and like necklace and stuff, they have a bit of a glow to them now. And then of course I crack out a couple of vials of Malak and make some nice day drink cocktails for everyone.
Right. Okay.
And
So how much
yeah.
stress do they get to relieve?
3 stress from mind or blood.
Ooh, I am stress free.
So if we have stress on our armor, can we take it off?
Yes.
So
Okay.
I can get rid of stress, right?
Yes.
Because
To
of
mind or
this.
blood stress. So
I happen to have a shit ton of blood stress, so that goes down to 1.
God,
Nice.
could you never say that word again? Blood
Shit, so
stress?
much blood
I
stress.
got a shit ton of blood stress.
shit ton of blood
That's a
stress.
lot of like bodily things.
Okay. So yeah, you guys take this breather. It doesn't say anything about like how long, but it is like a
No, I imagine like the length of time is just like long enough for them to have their cocktail and for us to kind of like communicate whatever it is we're about to communicate. Yeah.
We'll say I mean
Can I ask
you
one
guys-
quick clarifying question? Sorry. So you said we could take it out of armor. Does armor only protect from blood stress, or does it also?
only blood.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter which one we take it out of.
So you
If
have
we
to
have-
you should take out from actual stress first, and then any
Right,
free
right.
slots counted towards either armor or
I have
blood.
2 in blood and 2 in armor,
Yeah.
so I was just
Yes.
basically deciding which one I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So y'all are gathered in the apartment having a nice little day drink courtesy of Rick. And yeah, I mean, unless there's like specific details anyone wants to go over, like we can just kind of say like everyone caught each other up on what happened. Although I do want to hear about Minrai and Barnabas explaining. Yeah. So
I have a way to lead into this conversation.
Great.
As I'm going around the room, like obviously the first couple people that I am able to hand drinks to are Hennis and Kelvy. And so I give them, we're just kind of waiting, and then you guys arrive, and like I notice like a little speckle of blood, and then you lick it, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I hand you a cocktail, and I'm like, I'm glad to see that Sweet Pea's full. Sorry, that was obviously not in Ulrich's voice, but. Oh wow! I don't know what happened to my voice there. Glad to see that Sweet Pea's eaten though.
Ah, what a handy observation. Wait, that's not Minrai's voice. What a handy observation. Oh, it's all gonna be hand puns from here on out.
It is. It's a handy skill to have, though.
Don't worry, we handily dealt with that guard. He's still alive for now.
He's fine. We didn't want to mess up things for the people here, so we just gave him a warning. We gave Sweet Pea a little feeding.
I'm sure he
Good
won't
as it
be
could
pointing
be.
any fingers.
Seems like you have caught on to the gist of what we are saying. So on to the real problems is this inspection that is happening tomorrow.
And then can we just say that this conversation happened?
Yeah.
Unless we want to have this conversation.
And where do we get shawarma? That old place is terrible.
I love it.
It's the derelict. There's probably not a lot of good fast food places.
Does anyone know anything good that Faisal's done, or is it all shit?
I don't think I know the guy.
I don't know much about him. Marguerite said that she was looking into all of this. You know her and her spiders. I will go check on them soon and give you all an update. Perhaps she has uncovered some truths that you can use on your trip tomorrow or whenever. Today. Tomorrow? When are you going up for Spire?
Today. Yeah, today.
Yeah.
Today. Okay.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Anything positive about Faisal would be nice.
Yeah, do I know anything positive about it?
I mean, all we know is that...
I mean, he's a high elf, so he should die.
Yes.
There are no positives.
Or, hear me out, we keep him alive, we knock him down a few pegs, or we bring him up a few pegs, and then we got a high elf in our back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I like where you're going there.
I think perhaps controlling the dark elves around him might be better. High elves are volatile.
They're all pieces of shit.
But we do have an inn with some high elves or dark elves around him. Perhaps
Neza
Amondu still knows someone?
Well, there's Neza.
He's a human.
Neza
They're
is
a human.
They're
That's
human,
right.
And they are also, as far as
Not-
you know, they are related more to Harmonious Properties, which obviously they have a relationship with Faisal, but you have not yet explored what that relationship is. You just know that Faisal hired Harmonious Properties to do this work, so...
And then can I just assume that y'all kind of caught us up on Amondu and
On Amondu, yeah. Basically everything surrounding that, yeah.
Okay. So he was like a pit fighter or something, or like a mercenary?
Yeah, so he was
duelist.
trained in like fighting
doula.
pits where they would fight to the death.
And he was his Durant was with
Lord Faisal.
Lord Farquaad. Got it.
Lord Farquaad. And Lord
It'll
Farquaad
become
only-
canon if we call him that enough.
he only cares about his reputation, and so I'm going to suggest when I go to speak with Mr. Engelori, that maybe I might be able to get some headway as far as figuring out what Lord Farquaad might want. Lord Faisal might want.
Too late.
And-
It's seeping into your mind. He's Farquaad now.
It's never gonna happen.
I tried to make Lord Farquaad happen.
If I ever slip and say it, we'll make it canon.
Yes! Everyone call it Farquaad. She'll slip up eventually. She's only human.
Am I though? Am I? You've known me long enough. Am I human?
Oh no.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah,
So you mentioned that he is interested in his self-image. Perhaps we can push him towards another more prestigious project. The Derelictus has image problems. Perhaps we can use that, Kelby.
It's a joint thing with him and Harmonious Properties. So what I'm thinking is we get on his good side and we use him, to take care of Harmonious Properties. So if I can, and I believe me, I don't want to do this at all, but like I could write an article, get on his good side, be like, hey, the people here would very much appreciate it if you saved them from Harmonious Properties. Here's an article I can write for, showing your chivalrous qualities to the masses. So it's going to allow him to inflate his ego, and also we get to keep the building and deal with some other shit.
And we found out that he's... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
So let me get this straight. We are going to figure out a way to communicate with Lord Faisal that he has caused a problem, and then he is solving the problem by not causing it.
It's gonna look like he started the problem, right? Sure, but if you read into it, which is what my article's gonna be about, it's gonna be like, oh, hey, on paper, he's the problem. But he had to get in with Harmonious Properties, who had started this whole mess, to fix the problem and get everybody out of it.
Oh, I love it. Brilliant. Okay.
Some weapons.
Thank you.
So we have some form of idea that Lord Farquaad likes or like wants to help certain Drow. Is that kind of what, like the information they found out and have passed on to us?
From what I understood, he's doing this for fun because he wants to appear like a hero of like the downtrodden.
But he still wants to like look good up top too. So he wants to both look good like down below and up top.
I think only up
Probably
top. I don't think he cares about how he looks in the Derelictus.
Accurate.
So if your paper or whatever could somehow find its way into the upper echelons of the Spire, if you had journalism connections there, and then you could start publishing stuff about how...
So Barnabas definitely has the idea that like no high elf gives any fucks about Drow.
That's how I feel too.
So I think that like, I don't know. Because I totally like your thing. Okay, I should probably talk in character voice. It's fine.
He doesn't have to give a fuck about us. He gives a fuck about the image that he's going to project up Spire, right?
But if only he gives a fuck about... But does anybody else... Would it really raise his image?
Well, perhaps
it doesn't matter if it'll raise his image. It's got to matter if he thinks it'll raise his image.
So you got to be really smart about it.
I think that we should just keep all of this in mind as we collect information from Harmonious Properties and Neza today, sometime.
I also think that it might be wise at this point to not put all of our eggs in one basket. Maybe maybe a little bit of more information gathering.
I think we should blackmail Harmonious Properties into not being able to do the construction for...
We don't have anything on them.
Well, that's why you're going there.
I got a little bit of stuff I can work on.
I mean, I'm sure as hell the guards aren't eager to come back.
You're sure as hell one guard isn't eager to come back.
That one guard. We can cut off a lot of hands.
Yeah.
If they're all as plump as that boy. It will be a good time.
Barnabas
way.
just licking his lips.
Oh God. Yeah. Should I go talk to Marguerite while they continue discussing? Because I'm not gonna be.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be. I mean, am I going to up Spire with y'all? You're going to see Neza Day. I definitely can't go there.
Right.
What was the other group that you were going to see?
So I'm going to see Mr. Inglory, but I also need to make sure that
Who's
the
Mr. Inglewood?
my lord
Cool.
from my durance. But I also need to make sure that the Malak plants and such are on their way, or moss or algae.
Yeah, it's basically algae.
Okay. Is on its way out of the apartment complex. So I'm kind of at a loss as to where I need to be going right now.
And Hennis, what will you be doing?
I had a thought with what we were just saying. Perhaps we need to make the situation for us look bad with what Farquaad is doing, so that it is not seen as a good thing. Perhaps I can talk to my what's the title of a female high elf?
Lady. They almost all call themselves
Okay.
Lord or Lady because they're full of shit. So
Perhaps I can talk to my lady, since I am fighting for her tonight, and see if perhaps I can tell her that this plan of Farquaad's is putting my housing in danger. Perhaps the
Will she care?
fighting between her and Farquaad, perhaps that will make his image worse for now.
So does she not like Farquaad?
I don't know about that, but if her prized fighter does not have a place to live and it is his fault, that
That's
will not be
good.
good.
Nice. I like it.
Just to lay some groundwork for
I feel
all of
like
us.
she would just be like, "Hey, you can live in this slave apartment in my basement."
She would never have someone live there that was not working for her. Not entirely in adherence for her. They don't care about us, you know this.
Then I will go check with Marguerite, and I will scurry out of the room like a fire. Yeah.
Okay. Is everyone else heading out to go up Spire?
So I just want to clarify: is Kelvy coming with me to Harmonious Properties, or is he planning on
sure,
going
I
to?
can do
Yeah,
that.
because I feel like too, Barnabas would be impressed with and we've all worked together for a while. Would be impressed with like Kelvy's style of thinking, and that is not his strength. You know, like his strength is not high society. Like he was just lucky that like he was more charismatic than Minrai, but like he is not charismatic, and he's not like he fucking hates.
Are you
the high
saying
elves.
I'm not charismatic?
Definitely. to Barnabas, you are.
Oh,
To
thank
Barnabas,
you.
you're the best.
Aw,
That's nice.
Thank you.
But I think Barnabas realizes his shortcomings, and he was able to interact so well with Nezade because he's human, and he's like he struggles with high elves. Like because Barnabas didn't do endurance. Like Barnabas doesn't fuck with those guys unless he eats them. So. But yeah, I want Barnabas wants to make sure that Kelvy's gonna go with him, because Barnabas is like,
Yeah.
I don't really know what the fuck I'm gonna say, you know.
I'll take care of it. Or like we can work it out together. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Okay, so we're gonna go to break in a second here, but I want to know where people are scattering to after break. So Minrai is going to see Marguerite. Barnabas and Kelvy are going to see Nezade. Sam, Ulrich is going.
Yeah, so I actually have a super fast question about this, which I don't know if you want to take control of how narratively this happens, or if you want me to kind of pose it, but so the kids are going to the local drug dealers and basically letting them know that there's large amounts of stuff that needs to be moved. will the drug dealers themselves be showing up? Will they be sending people to the apartment to, as movers, or will we need to move it to the places ourselves?
But balloons.
What do you think makes the most sense?
I have thoughts. I think Ulrich doesn't know the answer yet because it was essentially like Mama sent out the call to the kids and Ulrich pieced, right? Talked to Amandu and pieced.
Okay.
So I think that if Rick wants to oversee or check in on this process, you can totally do that. But that's going to have to be something you do, not just something we can settle. Because I don't think that there's not a standard for oh shit, let's move piles of drugs in 3 seconds, right? This isn't something you've done before or have a process for. This is something that you relied on your connection with Mama Luke's start getting the process going. And so does that make sense? You feel like that's fair?
Yeah. So we left things with Amandu, I don't want to hold up break, but we left things with Amandu, Hennis and I, in an interesting place.
Yes.
And so
essentially, I mean, what we can kind of say is that he offered his help to you, barring deaths of city guard, right? His kind of line in the sand right now is if you guys kill city guards, I'm out. There will be no help from Amandu, right? But
okay, yeah. So I think
compel check was good, and he is willing to kind of chip something in to the effort.
Then in that case, I think I'm going to head up one last time for the day. It seems I've been there 8 times already, to Mama's to basically just get a sense on what's going on with the drug dealers, and if Mama knows, and then 2, to kind of conscript Amandu to join me when I go to see Mr. Inglori.
Okay, cool. Okay, so that's Sam will be going to talk to Mama, and then eventually up Spire to Mr. Inglori, hopefully with Amandu.
Yeah.
Hennis will be what?
What time of day is it, actually?
It's 1:30-ish at this point, roughly. I mean, it will take a couple hours to get up Spire. Getting up Spire is not easy. There are no trains. There's the Vermissian, which is a failed train system. And then there's guides and people who kind of help people get up Spire, but it's not an easy process. So, you guys are looking at getting to Nez's office 2:33. And plus some time to talk to Mama and stuff, Mr. Inglori is further. Okay, go Ava, you are free to pee and move about the country. So yeah, I mean it'll take a little bit of time. So quickly, sorry, Hennis, and then we're gonna go to a 10-minute break. So
yeah, I think I'll just go up Spire.
Okay. And Sam, if you want to DM me in Discord over the break if there's anything else you wanted me to know about how you want things to play out with the kids and everything. I have ideas already, but if there's something that would work well for you or whatever, you're welcome to.
Yeah. I mean, I had a couple thoughts, and as a person that was a bard, we'll DM about it.
DM me. Okay.
Happy break.
All right, 10-minute break. We'll be back in 10 minutes. I'm gonna mute us and put on the BRB and see you at 8:15. Thanks, everybody.
Nice.
What are the commands? I always forget.
College now.
Okay, it's going now. I'm sorry, everybody.
We'll talk about this on
if you
stream.
hopefully can hear us in stream, it was long. We got into discussions. Okay, I wanted to address what were we saying? Was there anything? Okay, let's just
We were discussing hand puns.
Okay, so let's
No.
let's start with Marguerite going to the basement.
Ooh, exciting. So I will walk with my long spidery legs towards the basement.
Okay.
And I will slenderly open the doors and call out, Marguerite, are you here? Is the clutch okay? Do they need anything?
I can put us on the basement. Oh my god.
Oh,
We have a basement! Are there clutches?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
wait,
getting
whoa, whoa. I was
crazy.
looking at the wrong screen.
That's
Oops.
You're in
awesome.
bed.
Time to be wild.
Yeah, this one's a big one, but the basement is big.
All right, I'm
But yeah,
here
I mean,
for
like,
it.
I didn't enable Fog of War and all that stuff because I was like, oh my god, there's a lot to do.
yeah.
So in theory, like, these are not blood streaks. Also, those are the cracks in the foundation. But I couldn't change their color, so they're just blood streaks.
Okay,
That's where we're at.
seems good.
So yeah, the blood streaks are cracks in the foundation. But yeah,
What is this?
that's just like a workbench,
Oh,
like where you
okay.
set up, things for controlling the moisture levels.
Yeah, the moisture levels are crucial.
For
They
the
are.
moisture.
Of course.
Yeah, so Marguerite greets you. You can, so she basically has like a little setup in the front room of like tables and chairs and stuff that, people would see. And then you and Breeza and other midwives are the ones allowed past that front door, which I think Barnabas kind of got a glimpse back there and got to see some of the clutch when you guys were demanding that Marguerite tells you more about what's going on with the basement. So this stuff back here, beyond this door here, would be private to Marguerite and the midwives. But anyway, you can...
Have you found anything out? We are... my friends are going up Spire today to try and stop this, but there will be many, many guards here tomorrow. Maybe, I don't know. We tried to scare one. We cut his hand off. It was a really great time. I didn't get much blood, but he was plump. If many guards show, maybe we take 1, 2, 3, 4.
Guard blood is good for the eggs too, so...
You
Guard
almost
blood...
called them babies.
I did almost call them babies, but that was Eunice's problem, not a Marguerite problem.
Yeah.
Minrai, I did find... I heard something, and I think it might help your friends.
Oh.
I...
Well, they're about to leave.
Well, you should have come sooner. I don't...
They should have left later.
I sent my spiders, and I sent them to find out more about harmonious properties, Minrai. And there's this corporation.
Does not exist?
Well, it exists. It's going to demolish our building, so...
That's true.
But it seems that in the process of Lord Faisal...
Farquaad?
No. In the process of him buying this building, there were many bidders, and Harmonious Properties underbid them all for no reason. And he got a steal on this. And for Harmonious Properties, have they done any other projects in Derelictus? Have they done any projects anywhere? No, they have an office in the Garden District. That's what I know. And somehow, I don't know why they want this building. I don't know why they want to suddenly exist and do these things, but they have not existed and done these things.
Do you know of another building in the area that is I mean, they're all old, right? I
They're
mean,
all
come on.
old, yeah.
But do you know any buildings in the area that might be clutchless? That way we can maybe, if we bring this up and we make harmonious properties not a thing, then perhaps we can divert their attention to another building, which will not cause as many problems for us and the clutch, and hopefully they won't have a clutch, so it will be easier.
This is a good idea. I can find out. I will ask. I know there are many buildings without clutches. It's not so common, you know. Breeza knows.
Maybe we can send them to a blood witch house. Yes. Solve the problem by itself.
This is very clever, Minrai. I think that
deep lore cuts.
Yeah, good job. But Marguerite kind of you know, she's pacing especially kind of over here by this door where you know, and she doesn't care if you see or whatever, but she opens the door and you can kind of see past her towards the cracks, which now that she's drawn your attention to them, you know, the day before, it's strange. You should have noticed these cracks before. You work in this building. And they are so obvious now that you've seen them once that, like, it probably was not normal. Like, Minrai just wasn't paying attention that kept you from seeing them before. There was probably some other effect keeping you from seeing that this.
Oh no.
Rachel,
your cam.
I know.
Down for the cam.
It's such a janky system that I knocked it over.
I have occult. Can I try and
sorry.
understand what's going on here? Like kind of like an arcana check, but
yeah, so I mean, you're skilled in occult. I don't think you need to do a check, right? That's a big difference between this system and D&D is like if you have the skill and there's not like something you're actively trying to do, generally you don't roll because, you know, for you to take stress from like being like, I wonder what happened here would be absurd, right? And so, yeah, so you kind of are thinking through it and kind of reaching out with kind of some of that magical sense that you have via your midwife training. And Marguerite is a very strong user of the occult magic. Has used occult magic to, as we've heard before, like split her arms. So she has 4 essentially arms. She has multiple like pupils within her eyes. She's most likely she has been intentionally diverting you from seeing it, right? Like she has disguised it in some way with her occult ability.
Sorry, my earrings are like driving me crazy. I'm not
okay.
like crazy.
No, you're fine. So yeah, that would be your best assumption given the circumstance.
Okay. Well, I just lost an earring piece. Whatever. So what do I? So
all this to say, like she's opened the door and kind of stepped through, and she's now kind of standing next to this crack, with kind of hands on hips, like looking directly at the crack, and she says, "Minrai, to tell you the truth, I think that harmonious properties, if they are interested in this building, it's possible they are interested in this building for this exact reason. And whether or not other buildings have cracks in their foundation that reach into the unreality of the heart of Spire is unknown to me, but something perhaps I can find out."
Okay. Okay. So I should go tell my friends what you have told me. Maybe not about the cracks, but about harmonious properties. And in the meantime, I think that it would be best if we come up with a plan just in case 10 to 15 plump guards show up tomorrow. Perhaps we dig a cave and collapse the entryway so that we just say, the building is old. It collapsed already. There's nothing left down here.
If the
And
building
then-
collapses,
Well,
there's
like the
nothing
basement collapsed. Like if we okay, so like out of character, if we just collapse like
The
this
front of-
room,
yeah.
like just this area
So that
here,
the
and then
guards
we
can't
say,
get
oh,
through.
the whole basement collapsed, and then we just like dig a tunnel over here to like the next building over or something.
This is better than guards coming into the clutch. They will mess with the moisture levels.
The moisture levels are crucial. I can't. Holy shit.
Yeah, so she'll take that. She's mulling over this option.
Oh, I brought you some shawarma. I know you will love shawarma.
3 hands. Okay, is that it for you and Marguerite?
I think it might be, yes.
Okay.
Also, I'm gonna look for my earrings.
And Minrai's gonna come back up to us.
Yes,
right?
I will spider skitter towards the entrance of the building, and I'll wait for them there.
Yeah.
Because I assume that they're gonna be leaving in a moment, like you said they will.
Speaking of leaving in a moment, was the intention for everybody to travel together up Spire, or were you guys just gonna, like, since you have
Would
different
that be
destinations,
safer, though?
would you just
Probably
be kind of like
makes sense to travel together. Is
Okay.
what I
Yeah,
Then-
as long as we
I think
can.
so. Yeah.
Then you all would have to wait for Rick for a minute anyway, I think.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So
Oh, Rick. All right.
Ah.
So that means I'm up with Mama and
Yes.
Amandu right now.
yes.
Okay. Trying to figure out who it is that I would talk to first.
They're both like when you knock or kind of enter, like they're both in the front room. Amandu is packing boxes and Mama is just kind of, every time,
Unpacking.
if he looks away for a second, she'll like sneak something out of the box. But she does have one of her projects kind of set up, and he keeps like being like to the project, like, Mom, like, go work on your shit,
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I know, like, they recognize that I'm inside, but they probably I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
nice.
it's oh, hey, Rick, are you here for lunch? Like the usual.
Sorry, Mama, not quite this time, but I do have some questions, but most of them are directed towards Amandu. But I do, and I kind of go over to her and I give her a hug, as is standard greeting for us. I then like peer deeply into her eyes. No, and Mama, I think what you really need to do right now is let Amandu do any sort of packing that he might want to do. And think about it this way: even if you like all of his packing, like you don't have to end up moving. At least it'll be packed away, and you might have a little bit more walking space, which would make it easier for your leg.
I can get around my apartment just fine. I've been living here since I was a little girl, and I've walked through these box stacks.
Yes, but Mama, you haven't been dealing with your leg injury since you were a little girl. Like, you need to be thinking long term.
Amandu's like, yeah, think long term. Well, Rick, I'll let the boy pack if it makes him happy, but listen, I talked to the kids, I sent out the call, and as far as I can tell, there are children coming by. I heard from the ghouls that the kids are back. By now, they should be. She kind of like pauses and like looks up. You don't know at what. Like this, she's looking at something. She's like, probably just any minute now. We should start seeing the first of them back if they've had enough time to make their way out and come back and get what they need. I think that stuff that you told me is in. Bless little Celavi's heart. I dealing drugs. She kind of chuckles. But I think that she and Zed are gonna be set here as long as there's not people watching, because it's the kids, they come and go. It's fine.
Right.
They'll be fine.
Yeah. I have no concerns about the children.
Fuck those assholes.
It's a morally
What
great
a thing to
campaign.
say.
Oh my god, that is not an Ulrich thing to say. What just
I have
happened?
zero concerns. Fuck those kids.
Yep, I hope they
The
die.
shit.
I am
Stuff them full of
complete-
drugs. We don't care.
Oh, killed Sam.
I've died. Okay. I have complete certainty that the kids will be able to move everything that needs to be moved out. And they're on their way. Some of them are going to be here in a moment, so that'll be good news to let Celavi know. But I do need to have a super brief moment with Amontu. And then I kind of motion towards her project, be like, I think you have something that needs to be worked on, right?
Always something. She kind of hobbles back over and sits down and starts fiddling with her stuff.
Right. And then I step over to Amondu and I kind of, thumb over to Mom. I tried.
It's the best you can do with her.
Right. So
Such a mood. Oh my god.
I wanted to first of all thank you for being willing to lend a hand in our goings on. I actually do have a bit of a information quest for you and I and the rest of our little party. And it does involve going up Spire. However, this does not involve meeting with Lord Farquaad, so you don't need to worry about that.
Okay. What are you asking?
Right. So you've heard of my old lord, Lord Inglenory, right?
The name sort of rings a bell. I wasn't exactly involved in politics or the business.
Right. Well, that's neither here nor up Spire, but let's just suffice it to say that I know that he does have something of a relationship with Lord Farquaad, and so it would be possibly advantageous if we wanted to conceive of a way to change Lord Farquaad's mind. Maybe we might be able to get him, like maybe Lord Engelori might have some ideas, and I think that would be useful for us. And perhaps having you there, you might have some insight too.
If Ingelori talks to Faisal, the man has already come down here to destroy this place. Like, if I go, that's...
If you leave here.
Not if I leave, if he finds out that I'm conspiring with... I mean, why wouldn't your person, Ingelori, talk to Faisal? Why would I be safe going to him to find something out?
This is an important question, but you will have security in numbers. That there's going to be at least 5 of us, not including yourself. And so, well, and the hyena. But I think it would be
The name.
sorry.
The hyena has a name, okay.
And Sweet Pea, of course.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you, Ava.
important.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm looking out.
Yeah. My apologies. Listen, like you said you wanted to help, and I'm giving you an opportunity. If you don't want to come, I won't hold it against you.
It's not. It's I want to go. I don't want Faisal to find out that I went. And I don't trust one high elf from another.
Well, you have like 30 or 40 masks. Feasibly, you could put one on.
Oh, you made at least think.
This is going to be. This is just going to
spicy.
be a straight luck roll on something that I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Oh God. Okay. Oh wait. Are you rolling it or
I'm
am I?
rolling it. I'm rolling it because
Okay.
it's for.
Well, that
it's
takes
for
all the pressure
Amandu.
off of you. Yo, doesn't even matter.
I don't like that.
That's good.
He opens up one of the boxes and there are masks sitting in there. And he kind of looks through them. Every single mask that he has Faisal's symbol stamped on it. The masks that he would have had access to are Lord Faisal's servant masks. They are generic, so they would in fact hide his face, but they would still identify him as a servant of Faisal. He's like, I can wear one. It could even help. I just don't know. I mean, if this guy talks, if your guy talks, then it's not hard to put together that I'm the one who came down here with Faisal's mask on to talk to him.
Right. This is true.
I may not be best suited to talk to Inglori with you.
Do you have an idea of who might be?
Stumping me, Sam. That's really good.
I just love Elisa's face just keeps being like, you son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
You're asking
that's
good
a great question.
questions.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You could just say
So
no
good.
later.
No. Yeah, but I don't. It's not that I know someone who would, because everyone I knew from my durance was a fighter, worked for these lords, and I mean, what's a fighter gonna do in that situation? But
Cut off a hand.
I might have an in to get us to talk to Faisal. That's where I
Directly
think...
to Faisal.
I'm not saying let's not talk to Inglori, but I'm saying it's a risk, because why wouldn't one high elf tell another high elf, hey, your old Durance boy just came by and had these questions?
So you're saying that, well, yeah, I guess we would need some sort of correspondent. Right. Okay. In that case, sure. If you can point us in the right direction as to someone that we should be reaching out to, we'll go for it. Thank you.
I think I don't know if like maybe I'm not being clear as a Mondu, but like he's essentially saying like he could go with you to talk to Faisal and would get you that in, but that he feels very uncomfortable going to talk to Inglori because of the potential of being found out, right? That if Faisal somehow found out that Amandu went to talk to Inglori about things and the conversation went badly or made it clear that they're planning something, he's a dead man, is how he sees it.
Okay, perfect.
So he's not necessarily saying no, like he's willing to go with you, but he's essentially looking for reassurance that Inglori isn't going to go behind your back and tell Faisal that you were up there poking around.
All right, okay. Scratch everything that I just said. It made no complete sense whatsoever. I think then what would be best is, well, there's the bloody inspection happening tomorrow. You come up Spire with us, and then perhaps one of the other party members can go with you to to Lord Farquaad, and then I will go meet with Mr. Engalori first, and then I'll report back, and then we can all go. I think that's probably going to be the best order of operations on this end.
Okay, yeah, and he pulls out 3 of the masks, puts one in his own bag and hands 2 to you. You can mark that in inventory wherever you're kind of tracking that you have 2 masks.
Bondage masks?
Bondage masks? No, just masks that would identify you as servants of Faisal, but will grant you access to a lot of high elf areas that otherwise Drow would not be really allowed to go in without masks, identifying them as having a reason to be there. And notably, like the masks, I don't know how much you would necessarily know about this. You would know. You spent a lot of time kind of learning a lot, right? Jack of all trades style, a lot of things about business and whatever. Servant masks are like, Faisal would have different servant masks for different servants. Although all of the masks that Amandu has do identify you or him or whoever's wearing them as a servant of Faisal, some of them are fighter masks and some of them are not. So the ones that he has pulled out would not identify you all as fighters. It would be more kind of like servants who would be doing errands, business-related errands and things like that is what he has produced, which he also really shouldn't have had access to. So it's kind of interesting that he has, but that's just...
Wow. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to bring that key point up, but I do want to touch on it after session.
Sure.
In the interim, though, he hands me a mask, and I'm like, this one doesn't quite fit on my face. Could I perhaps get another one, say a mask for mask?
Is that a
like you want to wear a mask on your mask? Because you have like a small face, so you're like, I need another one.
Cannot believe that just happened.
Put it together.
I feel like I've just like missed a joke, and I'm really sorry.
I feel like I've just aged 40 years.
My 3 brain cells are trying really hard to keep up.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
You wound up a pitch and like tossed it to me, and I was like.
Thank you, Andrew. All right, I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's cut scene.
Cut scene. Okay. All right. So I presume, unless there was anything else, I mean, that you're gathering.
Just thinks you're weird now.
In the entryway, Minrai would find you there, pass along information. Amandu would be with you. Anything else as you head up Spire?
I would give them each a goodbye hug.
An extra long one to Sweet Pea.
Yeah, come back safe, Sweet Pea. You can stroke her little ears. Oh, you little baby.
I'm sorry, did you guys say that we were told what Ulrich and Amandu had been talking about?
I don't know if they said that. I know we were told what Minrai and Marguerite were talking about.
Yeah, so I let you all know.
Ulrich has not shared if he talked about what they talked about. Sam?
We did.
Yeah.
You told us what you talked about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
What did you talk about?
Hennis would ask you guys.
We don't play Animal Crossing.
Hennis
Did you
would
just
ask you
recap
guys
everything?
No, I'm good. I've got it all in here.
Hennis would what?
He would ask.
That was your DM face, Andrew, and it gave me chills. I was like, what have I done?
Oh boy.
Pippa like rises up in me like, Pippa's in trouble. Okay, carry on.
No, he would just ask that you guys wait to talk to Faisal a little bit so that he has some time at his event tonight to kind of start making it look like Faisal is a bad guy.
Okay. I'm cool with it. I mean, I'm not talking to anybody really, so.
Kelby, what?
If you all could have a seat in the common area, I have some news.
That sounds wonderful. I bet it's
It's
great
not.
news.
It's really not. It's it's not.
Ulrich kind of
Very
rolled his
good
eyes
news.
at the way that Kelby was saying that. He's like, all right, not again.
Are we in the common area of the apartment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I can move us back to
Oh, I am not saying any of this in public.
No,
No, this
okay.
is definitely in the apartment.
If
Secrets.
you dropped your shawarma and want more, I will
Amandu
not be
is
going
with
to get you any.
notably. So
Oh, Amandu is with us. Okay, great.
He's like, is
okay.
You
wait in the
Steve's
hall.
can't.
That'd be real great
Yeah,
if you
okay.
could do that. Thank you.
He
I
lets himself
appreciate.
You get the fuck
your-
out.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like it's a family thing, you know.
Some shawarma. Go eat it in the hallway. Big, plump boy.
I'll check on Sullivan.
Just call everybody plump all the time. I'm here for it.
Listen,
Well, he's supposed to be like.
he's been.
He's
in on
supposed to be like a
everything.
chungus.
A chungus?
He's beefy. He could
Oh
like
my
take
God,
someone
okay.
down.
He's
You said he
muscly.
was a
He's
big
muscly,
boy.
Yeah.
You said he was a
All right.
chungus.
I guess. He heard. I mean, what was going on with Sullivan and Zet? He'll go check on them, and see how that's moving along. And meet you guys in the downstairs. So
Probably a good move.
okay, so you have a moment together in the apartment.
Great. All right. There's no. I actually don't know where to begin with this, so I'm going to start with the me part, and then I'll move on to the larger picture part. So for my initiation into the
Durance?
ministry.
Yeah,
Their
of
durance.
course.
No, not
No,
my durance.
the
When
things
I
that
was
we
brought
all work
into the
for?
ministry.
Oh, okay.
I was taken to the heart of the Spire. I was given over to some blood witches.
Oh wow,
And,
they are not good people.
No, they're not. I didn't like my time there. And to capitalize on that, they took me to the cave. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that area. Never go there. And so I should have said this a long time ago because, we've been together for a bit. If I ever bleed anywhere, get nowhere near that blood, please.
That sounds very promising. Is this why you never donate to Clutch?
Yes, that is exactly why I never donate blood.
Well, it does not get you out of donating blood. It doesn't have to be yours.
That's very true. So my blood is infected with a well, let's see. Have any of you ever heard of Vis or the Viscant? Viscant.
Have we?
I have occult.
Let's see.
Do I have occult?
Yeah, if you have occult, tell me.
I have
I do
occult.
not.
I don't believe I do.
I have
I also
religion.
have
I have
fix,
religion.
So maybe I can fix the blood.
I know.
Yeah.
I have religion. That's
yeah,
it.
Rachel, roll me just a d20, just luck check on this.
I also have religion.
Okay, go ahead, Sam, as well. If you have
19.
religion, okay, good. I'm seeing a 12. Why do I see different things?
Because
That's
Ulrich got a 12.
I just
I
got
got
a
a
12.
19. I'm better.
Okay.
I'm luckier.
Ulrich, I think you have heard rumors, whispers. People talked about it at your bar. It sounded insane. It sounded like people who were on bad trips were just talking about what they saw while they were tripping, and there's no way that could possibly be true.
Okay.
Lots of lots of things about a lot of what you heard was like feelings of compulsion to do certain kinds of actions. But again, that's one of the reasons maybe you made it sounded, you dismissed it a lot of time. because it was like, yeah, okay, like when you're on drugs, you get like weird cravings, shit, whatever. But that was a kind of common theme that you heard a lot, as well as like visions, right? Like all these crazy visions, again with like hallucinations. It just kind of fit the picture. Minrai and Barnabas, I think, your connections to the occult, to religions of Spire. Barnabas, you would know of this via kind of religious fanatics, people who have attempted, usually people who get killed very quickly and eaten by the hyenas or something like this, to like go out into the streets and just like take people, like to the like Mother Vis they talk about, and a lot of times blood is related to that. Like they try to bleed on people, they try to force people, like, you know, like you
So
eat...
my kind of people like wouldn't want to eat people that have been infected with that shit. Like, do we have any kind of sense for it ahead of time, or would it not be something I would have been able to sense with my constant eating of people and viscera?
Yeah, let's put that in a back pocket and think about it more, because that's a very
say
good
that
point.
you like rub him down with chili powder and have Sweet Pea lick him every once in a while.
Minrai, I think Minrai would know a slightly different thing about the Vis. Minrai would know about the caves.
Wait, can I put this up?
Oh yeah, with the blood witches, right?
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Don't forget
it's catching on.
Don't
Peace signs.
Your mic.
Oh yeah, Rachel mute.
So yeah, so
I know.
Minrai would know that that there's a cave deep in the heart
of Texas.
Far.
I'm sorry. I heard it and it happened.
Kind of far beyond the reaches of the midwives of the Drow. This is the kind of territory that you don't go to. This is the occult beyond the occult.
This is like the bad.
This is the bad shit. Yeah. Kelvy?
Okay. So I got some stuff I'm dealing with.
It doesn't sound great, friend.
No, it's really not. It's a hell I have no escape from. The thing is,
quite literally.
How does this relate to our situation at hand, you may ask?
Well, if we get into a fight,
well,
you bleed on them.
Maybe you could poison somebody with your blood.
I don't want.
You sounded like Dracula there.
I would say, Kelvin, by the way, when someone said bleed on them, part of you was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what happens if you bleed?
The compulsions were going to start.
You're welcome to be like, Kelvy would be able to resist this still, but like,
I think he's going to try and fight it until he can't. So
but
please don't bleed on anybody I'm going to eat.
Just saying, what happens if perhaps maybe Lord the Farquaad, there's a little whoops, there's some blood in his tea.
Okay. So
like you do.
Like it happens.
Before we get into the corkboard and the red strings with the conspiracies and the what have you.
Pepe Sylvia.
So there's, you said, like cracks in the foundation of the building that lead down into the heart.
Did I say that? Did I ever say that?
I mean, you guys said you recounted what you learned, so.
But Minrai specifically said that she wouldn't tell us about the cracks.
Oh.
Did we hear we would have heard at least about the oh god, where is it? Harmonious Properties underbid.
I did say that.
Great.
I will say that they. Okay, I'll say that Harmonious Properties seems interested in what's underneath the foundation, but I don't know if I would mention anything about cracks because I think Marguerite would want that secret, right?
Barnabas was kind of let in on that information.
Okay,
too.
yeah.
I was, yeah, but I wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's kind of, I mean, like, Marguerite clearly, like, in trusting you with this information also kind of extended that trust at least to Barnabas, in that she let you guys both see the cracks. It's your your judgment call.
I'll say Barnabas. Then to say what I said before is I'll say that the Barnabas saw what was down there, and I think they may be interested in what is going on in the basement. Not the clutch, but it's the Spire, you know. But I don't think I would mention like cracks or anything going down into the occult. Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So the worry here is that Harmonious Properties. This is its only project, is what it's sounding like, and they are connected, at least in part. Maybe they're sister companies. I don't know. To the Herald. The Herald wants to give people bread. That's where you're getting the everybody gets bread. That's bad, because they're trying to spread the infection via bread. So, hence my article, Bite the Hand That Feeds, let's not get this bread.
Wait, that's real? I thought that was just a joke.
No, that's a very real thing. I'm going to use that as blackmail.
Nice. Wait, are they is this all real, or is it just
No, this is all real. The thing is, it's experiment. It's in experimental, kind of phase. So it's not gonna really.
What the fuck?
Barnabas at this time, I would say, is just really fucking angry.
Via bread, right? They can only do it through blood right now, and even that's got a.
So they're trying to figure out blood,
not work,
bread.
You can fight it out of your system basically, but they're trying to get it in the bread so that when you eat the bread, you get infected.
What does
people should just stick to eating shawarma?
Here's the crazy shit.
Can't infect shawarma.
This, I don't know how. When this comes into the world, it's gonna be, through the flesh. So I'm wondering if it's gonna, pop out of people. I don't want that to happen to me.
I do want to point out that as you say this, you are getting just a little bit of thrill of anticipation of like when this comes into the world. But you're welcome to fight it. But like, it's just it's there a little bit there.
I'm like just beneath the surface.
You're like those
guys
weird, disturbing pimple popper people, and you're like, yes, the blood will pop out from you.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, no, Barnabas is super angry, I feel. Like
I think Minrai would be
listening
enraged.
to all of this, just the thought of like ruining all of that blood and meat and everything else is like what angers him the most.
Do you know what our clutch eats? Blood. This is not good for the clutch.
So if we could have maybe a tweak in the plan, maybe we can send them elsewhere. Or I don't fucking know, guys.
There is no good option
listen,
here.
I both really want this to happen and really don't at the same time. I was given a gift today from this, and I don't know if I'm having a hard time. I can hear color now. I don't.
The gift of ambivalence.
That sounds pretty cool.
When Calvi says I can hear color now, Ulrich, that would ring a lot of bells. You heard people talking about hearing color, seeing sensations,
synesthesia.
Like synesthesia, essentially.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So that is a lot to take in. Wow.
I know.
Not enough shawarma in the world to make that okay. But is Harmonious Properties its own? I think it's its own thing, right? It's not with Lord Farquaad. It's just they're doing this because they're bad.
Sounds like it's a separate entity, I think.
Okay, so Lord Farquaad wants to be good bean, show the world, oh my gosh, you're so cool, demolish thing, build it up, pretty cool. These people want to poison us. So maybe
unless he's infected already, and then
what's their end goal? Because like we all know that the High Elves are pieces of shit and they hate us.
That is true.
But they also need us and they use us. So
that's also true.
What's their end goal?
How many
for
of
all
you
of this.
have high society?
I have low
That
society.
makes sense. Sam,
Let
do you have
me
high
double
society?
check.
I don't think
Very
so.
not.
Let me triple check.
I do not have high society.
I have academia. Huh?
Nope. All right.
Huh?
I have a
Dennis,
low
Just
society.
Dennis, your experience in high society, all of this rings to you like, well, at least from Faisal's side of things, not from Harmonious Property, this and all that. But your knowledge of high society, this is about status. It's about doing something avant-garde and shocking for the world, right? Like that's what makes waves in high society, is when you do something that you're like, I cared for the Drow today, and everyone's like, you cared for the Drow? That's so artistic, right?
So
Like,
scandalous.
yeah,
Man.
this is like Faisal is your experience in high society and everything you've heard about Faisal from your friends and from your experience with him. This is literally like for him, this is like he's gonna do some sort of unveiling and like ta-da, like look what I did, it's so
I
crazy.
fixed the poor.
I fixed the poor today.
There's gonna be
Yes.
some like Westworld bullshit.
So like at least as to Barnabas's question, that would be confidently your answer about Faisal's motive. You don't really know about the Herald Corporation, Viscant stuff, or Harmonious Properties, but that would be, yeah. If you,
But I wouldn't know that
Yeah.
as an academia person who studied how to eat the rich.
No, but I am going to tell that to the group. And I'm also going to ask Kelvy what the Herald does. You said they're a company. Like, what do they do?
It's just one guy. His name's Harold.
So I believe the Herald Corporation, they operate out of the Garden District, and their main thing is they give bread to the downtrodden, but this is a front for the Viscant people right
So
now.
how long have they been
they're-
giving out bread?
all of you would probably have encountered in Derelictus people of the Herald Corporation handing out bread. It's in fact quite likely that you have at time taken bread from them.
That's absolutely terrifying.
This explains why
It
I
is-
like
It's
blood
okay.
so much.
It's okay. It's dormant now.
I mean,
Or-
okay,
or-
you
or
say
it's not
that does
effective.
not
Or it's not
make me
effective. Who
feel
knows?
very comfortable. It hasn't hatched yet.
Listen, here's the thing.
It's just
You'll know
inside
if
of
you're
you.
infected. Believe me, the nightmares are exquisite.
Listen, I am a
Um,
spider lady, okay? There's a lot of weird shit in my life.
Do you have a yet to be born god talking to you in your dreams? And I have been through so many drugs. I don't want to sleep, but now like I do want to sleep. It's been a long few days.
That sounds exciting. I mean, not in like a good way though.
Sweet Pea is definitely gonna walk over to Kelvy and just kind of like rest her head in his lap.
Oh, little baby hyena.
I need this.
Tyler's like in real life is
Yeah.
dog.
Oh my gosh, it's so adorable.
Yes to both.
I have a super quick question,
Mhm.
Elise. You said that I've overheard people talking about hearing color, seeing sensations, but under what like specific context were these conversations happening, and would I know anything else outside of just those phrases?
So you would know. This would have been when you had your bar.
Yeah.
And like you serving drinks and drugs over the bar. I mean, like I don't know how much you were.
For the record, the bar was called the Snack and Malak, S&M for short.
Very good.
Nice.
So yeah, like in the same way that bartenders are often kind of inadvertently counselors and confidants, you heard
Yeah.
similar kind of distressed stories, similar kinds of things. You would have heard of a few other things. You would have heard people being like, I swear to God, I saw that guy like grow something out of his hand, or like things like that, kind of in relationship to these same kinds of like, again,
hallucinative experiences.
Yes, and a lot of it you dismissed out of hand. So I'm not sure, right? Because as many of these things that were related to this weren't, right? Because you were around people who were high all the time. Not all the time, but like some of your customers would have been, right? And so it would have been easy to lump people talking about this stuff in. Yeah, I think that not necessarily anything else completely useful, but if more kind of information or investigation goes into this, I think
so. This definitely piqued my interest, at least.
Yeah, it would definitely sound familiar, and as Kelvy is kind of describing these things, I think that Ulrich is like piecing together, like, oh shit, like I do remember hearing about this, and kind of talk about like a mother, right, was a big part of related to people talking about these things that Kelvy is talking about. This idea of like a mother being brought into the world somehow. You know, like people like getting philosophical, like, you know, high philosophy, like the children birthing the mother, and like you were just like, no, listen to these assholes, right? But
yeah,
now that you're getting more context, it's starting to kind of like piece together.
They just seemed like weird hippies, but now like,
yeah.
Hennis keeps giving weird looks to his god knife and god armor and god rope now.
Oh God,
he's very confused.
Yeah, I feel like Barnabas is just going to be quietly scowling while Sweet Pea's in his lap, in Kelby's lap.
So like, how has our plan shifted with this information?
I think maybe now we keep a lookout for.
Bear in mind, we do have Amandu with us.
He's in the hallway. He went to check on Sullivan.
He's eating shawarma.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know if he would have had like direct contact with Faisal recently?
Amandu?
Yeah.
You don't know. You know that since he leaves the apartment most days on a regular basis. You do know, I think he mentioned to Rick and Kelvy last time you were up in the apartment that he has a boyfriend in Red Row. And so it's also, you know, you don't, and his general dislike and spite that he has communicated, especially to Rick about Faisal, like he wants nothing to do with the guy is what your impression is. So there's not much reason to believe that he would have been traveling up Spire to talk to him.
Sure. Yeah,
I think we just like keep an eye out for different things now, right? Because you're gonna go see harmonious whatever butts, right? And then but you have a chance now that you know
harmonious
like
butts.
Harmonious butts.
Worried
Canon.
that Faisal might be infected.
You worry that Faisal might be infected and that he wants to spread this.
because if he's infected and like far enough along in that process, that might be why
he's caring for them and doing all
okay, so here's a good thing. If you're getting close to the people around him, or you're getting close to Farquaad, then you can ask them, like, hey, has he been talking about seeing colors?
Yeah,
and
I mean, I'll try to talk to him as like a brother in this.
Wanting like blood to come out of his skin.
So I feel like Barnabas would ask Kelvy, like, you know, so then what's our plan for going to Harmonious Properties?
Well, I'm going to introduce myself as, you know, a friend of the Herald Corporation. Basically, you know, I'm a brother in thisness, you know, and
a brother in thisness. I like it.
So
the hope is that whoever, we're talking to Neza, right? So I'm hoping that Neza is also Viscant. If they are, then I'm hoping that perhaps they might be able to get us some more information there. And then if that doesn't work, then I blackmail them.
And when do I get to eat? No, I'm just kidding. It's fine.
That's
well,
part
and
of
then
it.
the question
Okay.
is like, if he is infected and you're like, hey, brother in arms, how's it going? Let's go make blood bread with people. I keep turning into Dracula. I just all the blood talk. But you know, like, okay, so if he is infected, then what is to stop him from just being like, okay, let's keep like, what's the plan then?
Well, if he is infected, then we can use that, because we're all us Viscants are like connected in one weird chain of like, yay, the mother, like, let's all make sure that she gets here.
I don't know. No, I don't.
That's good. That's good. You don't know. I hope you never
I have
know.
to say, friend, I am a little bit concerned. Do you need
if
somebody
someone can
to come
cure
with
me,
you?
I was told that this was like a necessary thing, because you're joining the ministry. Hey, you do whatever the blood witches tell you, and then they take you to a cave, and they're like, okay, we're gonna let these things inside you and enjoy the rest of your life.
The ministry.
I assume like a healthy dosage of Malak would that at all ease his worries?
Wait, so
Malak would most likely calm someone down. So if you wanted to offer it, it's up to Kelvy if he takes it. But
the ministry did this.
The ministry, all of you in your initiations had to go through something quite grueling. Not all of you went to blood witches, and for a lot of you, I mean, like, we never talked about it, right? And so, like, for
fair.
You all, like, you would have had a shit experience being initiated into the ministry. This sounds like a different level of shit experience. Like, none of you walked away with, like, an infection that makes
This makes, like, me as a player, but also possibly me as Barnabas, and we could talk about it more. This makes me, like, question the ministry and my devotion to them, for sure.
In a great world, yay.
Yeah.
Imagine that. As terrorist groups are difficult to belong to, aren't they?
Yeah.
No, we're the good guys. I only eat bad people.
So.
Interesting. Okay, well, while you're having that existential crisis, Ulrich goes ahead and slips out an extra bottle of Malak. Kelvy, I can see the sweat pouring down your face right now. And believe you me, I can have literally no possible idea of what the sheer hell you experienced was. But for here and for now, I think you need this more than anyone else.
I take it and give you the best hug I've ever given you.
Kelvy and Ulrich are bonding.
Can this please be like a regular thing? I need this so bad. I used to be in a gang in Red Row, and it was really easy to like get all the drugs because I was selling them, but now I don't have that access, So.
There's a lovely gay couple just down the hall.
Who have just liquidated
they
all
only
of
have Malak. Sometimes you
Just
need something a little more,
No, they have Godsmoke too.
Yeah.
I don't think Gunsmoke is what.
No, Godsmoke.
Godsmoke.
I have a pan. I can knock you right.
Because they were
down
giving
every
that
night.
to the dentist.
Yeah. No, I remember. I'm just saying. I'm not sure that that's necessarily what Kelvy would be after.
For the record, Ulrich hugs
There's
back.
stronger stuff than Godsmoke out there.
Aw, hugs all around. That's.
That's what the Spire's about. Hugging and love.
Speaking of it being a sweet session, we once
Hugs
again
and drugs.
didn't make it up Spire.
We're having too
did
fun.
Get a whole 2 hours of game time passed.
Sweet Pea got
It's real time.
Sweet Pea got yeah, we're basically playing in real time. This is
realistic.
In other, like, related to that, I do think that these conversations and all of these things that have happened, like, have put you back another hour or two of game time. Like I said earlier, it was like 1:30. Like, this is definitely between going to see Marguerite, Mama, now having this long conversation with Kelvy, like, you know, good information gathering for sure. But we're looking at, like, you know, you're getting up Spire 4:30 kind of timing. If you still go today, just to keep in mind. So let's go ahead. Anything? I know, like, we just kind of like jumped in and with like the drugs being exchanged and a hug. Was there anything else in that scene before we like for like a quick wrap up that anyone needs to do?
Let me check my spells. No, I think I'm good. Oh wait,
do I have bonds with all of the player characters?
I mean, yes, I think that like the ones that you have that we like predetermined is like backstory that relates you to each other. Also, like ways to like lean on like when you can ask for like big favors, because essentially a bond is like transferring stress that you would take onto someone else. That's the benefit of having a bond.
Okay, yeah, I just
have
wasn't
a specific
sure
bond with you and with Minrai.
Right, and so the short answer is like not in play mechanics. The long answer is like, I mean, you're obviously like you have relationships. You can ask them to do things, and if they want to do them, they will, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was just wondering because I do have the bedside manner because I have healed two people, and whenever I heal someone, I gain a bond with them. So I wasn't sure if I gain like an extra bond with the people that took damage last time. But...
Oh, that's true. You did like heal them.
Heal their hearts.
Like
healing
I'm not sure.
us, or...
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, like outside of like you wanting to specifically like leverage that throughout the rest of today, I'm not sure how useful it will be to have bonds to your group. But if you want to say like, because like
I mean, I don't know how useful it'll be either, but maybe who knows.
Here's a question.
Bonds, right, with the group.
So once, okay, so I have a spell. I do have a spell. It says once per situation. Oh, never mind. It's NPCs. Well, that's kind of. Never mind. We're good.
All right. Let's go ahead and call it there, though. And what an interesting session. Next time, I was like, Galway was like, how long do you think this arc will go? And I'm like, oh, you know, they've got 5 days. How long could it take?
So long.
But
2 hours passed.
2 hours passed in game time. 3 hours passed in real life. Who knew?
We're taking it at a proper.
I'm gonna start like adding things in and being like, yeah, that took 5 hours, and you're gonna be like, but all I did was eat lunch.
We just got shawarma. There was a line.
There was a line.
Really popular.
All right. Yes.
This is why people eat bread.
Hopefully, next.
It takes really long to get up Spire.
The thing is, it does.
Who knows what we're gonna get to when we start our long trek.
It says, I've been thinking about this a lot because I'm like, I can't make them spend forever traveling, but like the book is so clear. It's like, it is not fucking easy to get from Derelictus up Spire. Like, it's intentionally hard because they don't want people doing it.
Right.
And so like, it's not supposed to, but I also don't want
to. But even if you have an appointment, like, because we have an appointment technically. Like a meeting.
Yeah, but just like.
So there's no like, they don't give a fuck. No, okay. I don't know.
Nope.
That's fair.
Yep, you have an appointment, but it's not like Harmonious Properties like maintains the infrastructure. So
what? Like I do it regularly.
You do it regularly, and that's going to help a lot. Because
I do not.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, all of you also like. I think that. Well, anyway, let's talk about this after we close.
We can talk about it after we close. Yeah.
It was wonderful.
I have so many questions.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and like sign us off then. So
Should we all start waving?
don't forget to tune
Everybody
in
wait
to
for the
more
entire exit.
helpful goat
No stopping.
content, like Tear Beyond the Doors, which is happening tomorrow at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and Dom and Dragons, which is happening on Wednesday.
Yes,
Well,
Wednesday.
Sam and Elise gave up.
On Wednesday.
Sad.
Disappointing. They take 5 blood stress.
Yeah, thanks so much again to
Reputation
Helpful Goat,
stress.
because you guys are great for letting us stream on your stream. And that's it.
Bye.
Good night,
Have a
everyone.
good night.
Night.
Bye. Now we can